In the very, very scary village of Fearville, bedtime monsters were preparing for a harsh winter. On annual vacation from their normal nightmare-inducing activities, monsterfolk busied themselves. All monsters were busy. Well, almost all monsters. Barry was not your average monster. He was bright blue, fluffy, and sported dazzling green hair. He was radiant and quite different from his vile and wicked monster friends. Though his size was intimidating, his heart was made of gold.
This flower smells like cupcakes.
There were two particular monsters who enjoyed making Barry feel neglected. Sin and Blaze had a special talent for making Barry miserable.
So, Barry, exactly how many humans have you frightened yet with that bright blue fur? Go ahead, do yourself a favor, Barry, and shave that fluffy fur. You're a disgrace to all monsters.
You see, Barry wasn't very scary. Actually, he wasn't terrifying at all. He was no good at winter preparations either, for his thick blue fur often got in the way. His heavy coat made working and staying cool quite a challenge. More often than not, Barry was the object of ridicule from other monsters.
Hey, Barry, looks like you're burning to get out of here. Do us all a favor and move out the way. You're no good. We all got work to do.
Barry knew he didn't have much to offer when it came to winterizing Fearville. He also knew he was no good at being scary. He came to terms with who he was. He just wished the other monsters would too. Meanwhile, the village's chief monster realized that winter preparations were not moving along as fast as he would like. He chose 3 monster scouts to send out into the howling forest to gather more firewood.
Blaze, your fire tongue will keep everyone warm. Sin, you'll lead everyone with your keen sense of direction. And Barry, you're going, because, well, you ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, perfect. We have to bring old Blue with us. He'll do nothing but hold us back.
Aw, come on. Couldn't he have chosen someone more useful?
The 3 young monsters set out for their journey into the howling forest. As the 3 weaved through the forest path, under Sin's guidance, the weather suddenly takes a turn for the worst. A surprise winter blizzard was now upon them. It became clear to the monsters that they must start a fire in order to make it through the night. Unfortunately, the monsters' campfire was no match for the winter storm. A howling wind came from the heart of the forest and snuffed the fire. Panic began to set in. Sin and Blaze, so used to striking fear in others, now found themselves afraid.
We're gonna freeze to death. Blaze, can't you restart the fire?
I'm all out. It's too cold.
Barry, sensing the desperation of his friends, decided there was only one thing to do. He sacrificed his own warmth by clipping his own fur off to make cloaks for Sin and Blaze.
Here, wrap these around you. It'll keep you warm for the night.
The vile monsters were astonished with Barry's generosity. Once back in the village, word of Barry's sacrifice got around. Monsters everywhere were inspired by Barry's selflessness.
Barry, Barry, Barry.
When asked why he chose to be kind to those who were so mean to him, Barry replied,
Everyone deserves a second chance, even vile and wicked monsters. They needed me.
From then on, all monsters in Fearville decided that looking like Barry was not so bad after all.